Hey guys, sorry for the lighting. I hope you can hear me. I'm downstairs. I'm not trying to be too loud because I feel like my housemates will think I'm nuts as I'm sitting here talking to myself. Um, yeah, so again, sorry about the lighting. It's 9:30, so being in Canada and our daylight savings time, it's really dark now, really early, and it really depresses me. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to check in and kind of see what's up. And thank you so much for some of your comments on my post last night. Um, I do want to say that I really, really miss blogging. Um, and I'm hoping that over this break I can really get back into the swing of things and really, really, as I said before, find my balance a lot better in next semester. Sorry, this is awful. You can like barely see me. Um, so yeah, I just on the topic of balance, I think I haven't been the most balanced this semester, and I think that being off for a year and then coming back to school was a big adjustment for me and a lot different than I expected. I kind of expected to just kind of hop back in and everything would be perfectly fine and dandy. But as you noticed, some of my loves, such as blogging, had kind of fell by the wayside, and I did really miss it. I really miss talking to you guys, and as much as it may sound weird, I really I find that it's a really good release for me, and it allows me to talk about things that I really like to talk about, and maybe other people wouldn't want to hear me chatting their ear off about. So little nutrition things that I might hear here and there in my classes that might spark an idea. It's nice to be able to get them out on paper, and I'm really happy that you guys appreciate them, and you could take something from them, and yeah, and that you want to hear more. I always think that I just ramble along, and I never find that my stuff is very maybe interesting or the most original, but I appreciate the fact that you do take the time to listen to me or to read what I say and kind of comment because I really like hearing your comments. So, just a quick little update on me. I'm still looking a little rough, but I'm starting slowly catching up on sleep. I feel like all of these couple days, all I've been complaining about is the fact that this should not be legal. Having, 3 exams in 3 days, I don't feel like that's a good test of my knowledge. To be honest, I don't know. It's one of those things that you just try to cram in as much as you possibly can and hope for the best. My first one, I was really concerned about. It was my basically like food, bacteria, micropathology type course. It was all about foodborne illness, which would have been super cool if it was an online course. So basically, my exam was me having to memorize a textbook. So, like I said, it probably would have been a lot more interesting given that it was in class. So now I've, learned that I don't like online courses. Some people are like, oh, it frees up my time. But on the other hand, you kind of get behind because you're like, oh, I don't want to sit there and read a textbook to learn. I want to be taught and then maybe go ahead and go home and, review some stuff in the textbook to kind of help that knowledge. But doing it all from a textbook, it just sucks. And you push it back because it's just so boring to just sit there and read. No matter how interesting a topic may be, I have a really hard time reading something just at length and length. It puts me to sleep physically. It really does. Um, I don't know. I'm just not a reader. It just doesn't work for me. Unless I've already known something and I'm supplementing with reading, and it's kind of like, researching on the other hand is different. But trying to learn a course from a textbook is a whole other ballpark. It's just really hard to keep motivated to do it. So that was why I was really nervous for that one, just because it was a lot of very specific stuff, and I don't know. I didn't know what to expect. So hopefully that one turns out okay. But yeah, after my third one, which was yesterday at 2:30, I was kind of just in that state where I'm like, I'm not going to do anything to the rest of the night because I was just so relieved that that block was over. I had been literally a hermit in my room for the good, 4 or 5 days before that, just studying and studying and studying. I went to the gym in the morning, came home and studied, and all I did basically was gym, eat, study, sleep, if I could. Those the last 2 days I got maybe 4 hours of sleep. And I looked like a mess. And I still kind of look like a mess because I'm trying to get back my sleep and, just get back that kind of glow that you have normally. And for me, my body's very sensitive to adverse conditions. So when I don't get a lot of sleep and I'm feeling very deprived, not food wise, but just, I still make sure, obviously, that fueling this body, it still needs to be fueled, but sleep generally goes on the wayside for me. So unfortunately, what that leads to is me just feeling very weak. And it's going to sound weird, but I always feel that weird feeling of feeling scrawny. I just feel very small and very weak, and I hate feeling weak. I always told myself that I go to the gym because I like feeling strong. I like feeling healthy, and I do not like that feeling of being feeble almost. And it just, I don't know. I'm looking forward to getting back to where I'm at, and I'm getting better. Like I've gotten a good amount of sleep, over the past couple days, but obviously it's not enough yet to really kind of pull me out of that deficit. So, I mentioned in my post yesterday about balance, and I think it's a really good thing to think about. And I always feel like I don't know if I seem like I'm more balanced than I really am, but I'm still learning too. And you guys have asked me, how do I balance out? How do I balance the gym and this and that and this and that? And you know what? Honestly, as you can see, I don't balance. For me, my big thing that I end up missing out on is sleep. And I hate that fact because me being a healthy person requires you to be getting enough sleep. Sleep is a super, super important thing, especially in the gym too. For my goals, I need sleep to rebuild. That's when my muscles are building. And yes, I may fuel them well, but I'm not gonna do anything if I'm running on 4 hours of sleep every day. Like that's not gonna be helpful. So that's one thing that I really need to work on, and it should be a major goal for me to really work on that. And I'm trying slowly, but whenever things seem to get a little bit off, that seems to go first. And I don't like that I'm okay with that. So that's something I definitely need to work on. And hopefully, over this break, this nice long, long break, I will be able to kind of get myself back together, feel refreshed, and come back with the goal in mind to keep that sleep going and, listen to my body more. I feel like my body was just very stressed this week. And again, being a healthy person, you should know to listen to your body, but I'm very stubborn, especially when it comes to the gym. I love the gym, and it's very difficult for me to say no. And, the other day I pulled a muscle in my neck from lying down on a bench just to get my head out of the way and doing like a whole head tilt thing like this. I pulled a muscle in my neck, and it ran all the way down my back. And I'm thinking, how did that even happen? I wasn't lifting anything. I was lying down and I pulled a muscle. And you know what it probably was? It probably was the fact that I was sleep deprived and super tense from being stressed and having to study all the time. And I wasn't listening to myself. And I was being stubborn. And I hurt myself for a really stupid reason. So my point, I guess, with this big, long, long ramble as per usual, is that that's my goal. My goal for the new year is to really, really, really crack down on that sleep, and to try to be more aware of what my body's trying to tell me. Because like I said, I'm stubborn and I tend to try to push it away and just keep grinding it out like nothing's happening. And obviously that's not working. My body he tries to show you either way. And, now I'm starting to feel a little bit of a scratchy throat going on. So I'm like, no, I don't want to get sick before Christmas. But again, that's your immune system trying to tell you, okay, well, I was pushed beyond my limits. And now that you get time for your body to that hyper state to come down, that's when you get sick. That's why you don't really get sick when you're doing, like, in the moment. But the second it's done and your body gets a chance to relax, and that, some of the resources get shifted back to places like your immune system and your digestive system, then they're like, oh, I need to kind of teach you a lesson now. I'm not doing too well, so I'm hoping I can fight off the sickness. But yeah, so that's my little ramble and blab on that. So that's really been what I've been up to for the past couple days. But I will say that last night was lovely. I got to blog, and I got to bake as well, which I haven't done in forever. And a couple things I'm looking forward to over this break is I've kind of set up a challenge for myself. It's going to sound weird maybe to some people, but I'm going to make something for my parents for their dinner, something different every single day that I'm home. And that's a new challenge to me, and I'm actually really, really excited. I miss baking for people, and that's a big thing for me is, some people think it's weird that I just like cooking for others, but I really, really do. It gives me a chance to be creative a lot more than for myself. I have a ton of allergies, and yeah, so I just really love being super creative. So I'm really excited. So, any cool recipes that you want to see maybe healthified to an extent, post them in the comments, and I will work on that for my parents and make it tasty. So yeah, that's one thing, and some catching up on some shows. Just spending time at home is always a relief for me. I don't know what it is about being home. I think it's Maggie as well. She just being around a dog and being around such a free spirit, and just looking at her, even like to see her, stand there and chase her tail. It gives you a sense of joy. I'm not sure where that comes from, but it just it lets your heart melt a little bit. You settle, and that stress just goes away. And I don't know, just being around her, I don't even have to be touching her. Just seeing her do her thing, it's like a child, right? They have no stress in the world. They're just doing what they do. They do what they love. They do what works best for them at the moment. I'm going to chase my tail because it's fun. I'm just going to do it, and we as humans, we don't do that. We think about everything. We're like, oh, that's probably stupid, or oh, I'm too busy for that, or oh, that can wait till later. No, in a dog's world, or a cat especially, a cat's like, I'm going to do this because that's what I want to do, and screw you if you don't like it. I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to lie on this couch, take up the whole couch, do whatever the hell I want, right? So, I don't know. Maybe they just bring me some peace. Sorry, I'm rambling a lot. I missed you guys, and I'm glad that I can come back for a little bit. I do have 2 more exams, but I'm gonna blog this week, I think. So again, keep those topics flowing. I love to hear what you want to hear about, and yeah, so that's a quick little update on me, and hopefully I'll have better lighting the next time I do another vlog, because this is really awful. You can see like half my face, although I can't say I'm too worried about that because I'm still not looking my greatest. Stress really shows itself. But on a prettier note, you can take a look at my tree that my mom so graciously brought down for me. So there we go. Coordination there. I love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite time. In the words of Elf, except it's smile in his case, but Christmas. I just love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite. Anyways, I'm going to let you off with that. And yeah, I'll be looking forward to chatting with you more. And have a great Friday night. Bye.